Hi everybody, it's Diana with stampingwithdi.com. Welcome to a Saturday video that is not a quick like. Marcy and I, we do the Over the Border with Di and Marcy. We are going to be doing a blog hop. I believe it's every month. We're still like talking about it. Oh my gosh. But so anyway, so the first one we are going to be doing the flowering rain boot. So I have a couple cards to share with you today. So if you are headed to Marcy after, or if you just came from Marcy, I'm glad you're here either way. So let's get started with a couple cards so that you can get on with your Saturday. I'm excited to be playing with the Flowering Rain Boots bundle today. And I have a couple cards to do with you. And I'm so excited to show them. So, and I'm also going to be using the stitched rectangle and the ornate floral for my first card. And if you saw my fun chicken card the other day, this card layout is very similar and I love this layout. All right, so let me put this aside. All right, so this is what we're going to be using. We're going to be using Flirty Flamingo cardstock, basic white for the inside. I'm also using, this is some of that Hostess DSP that is going to be retiring. So you want to make sure you grab that if you haven't already. I'm also, this is the Poppy Parade, and here is that ornate floral. You can see that on there. It's so pretty. And then here's the rectangle pieces. So I did it on both the striped and the regular, and then I just cut this at 2 inches. And I'm just going to stick it down here so that we have a little bit of stripes. I love stripes. All right. And to speed up, since I am doing 2 cards, I stamped my boots and the tulip stems and the tulips already with the memento because I'm going to be coloring them with the Stampin' Blends. So I love that they have that die that cuts them out, makes it so easy. All right, so this is a really cool stamp set because you've got a lot of details in here, a lot of shading and things like that. So usually, like because of that, you don't even really need to do much blending with your Stampin' Blend just because of that. So I'm going to color the little boots with the pool party. I want nice bright red boots for my card. Plus I'm using the, did I say pool party? I might have. That sticks in my head. This is Poppy Parade. So I used Poppy Parade cardstock. So I want my boots to go with my cardstock. So I'm just coloring these with my bullet point, the smaller tip of the blend. I find like I have a little bit more control doing it with that, and it withstands a little bit more coloring. I usually use the brush one if I'm going to do any like flicking and getting spots all over, and then it makes the tip of the blend pretty bad, so I just usually use this side. All right, so I'm coloring all my boots, not the soles. I'm going to do that with Smoky Slate. So we have nice dark soles on our boots, and then hopefully that's focusing okay. Right. I've been experimenting with how high to put the camera this week so it doesn't focus on the end of the pen, you know, all sorts of things. I mean, autofocus is good, but sometimes it's like, you're doing the wrong thing. So now this time I have turned my phone the other direction. So I'm seeing, well, maybe if I have my phone the other way. So we'll see. We will see. Okay, so I am going to take the dark poppy just a little bit on the edge. Just to give a little bit of dark just around the edges. But I'm also going to use my bronze. Where's my bronze? Here it is. So that's number 300. Hold on. Yep. I know where it is. Hold on. Here's a bronze. So I'm going to use my bronze as well. I like to use that with my reds because it makes it just a shade darker. And then you can really see how that pops. So even though that stamp has all that shadow already worked into it, I'm still going to put just a little bit along the edges. And this is just the bronze Stampin' Blends. So that looks good. There you can see that. And then I'm going to take my dark Pool Party and we're going to add a little bit of color to our boots with the dark Pool Party and even that little buckle there. Then my dark Smoky Slate for my soles. Aren't these boots so fun? We had quite the rainstorm in Arizona. So last week, so these boots would have come in handy. We had hail and everything. All right. So there's our cute little boots. So fun. So, and now my little tulips and my stems. So I'm going to put, this is the number 500 in the tones. So I'm going to take a little bit of that just to the top of my stems. And it's just going to give them a more natural kind of look. I'm still going to color over it with the green, but it's just going to have a little bit of that. Oops, hang on. I want the light one. A little bit of that, like if you look at a flower, as the leaf is growing, it will have some browns in it. So that's what I'm trying to go for. So this is light Granny Apple and dark Granny Apple. And I'm just going to color all of my cute little tulip leaves, stems and leaves, so with the light, and then I will go back with the dark here and there. I love this set. So hopefully we'll keep it. I can't remember. It's in the mini catalog. So with the new catalog coming and the old one leaving, there's just so much going on right now. Oh my gosh, it's like so much to keep track of. All right. So I'm just putting a little bit of the dark Granny, just a few places where that extra little bit of stipply is, which shows that it's darker there. So see how cute that looks. Very natural, I think. Let the thing focus. Okay, so let's do our flowers. So I'm going to use the Flirty Flamingo. Usually these are for cheeks, right? But I'm actually going to do my tulips with the Flirty Flamingo. So we're just going to go light, flirty, and I'm doing them all the same color just to make it go a little faster on the video. I chose Flirty because that's the color cardstock that I use. So we want to have some sort of purpose with our colors. So light, flirty, and it's really hard to see the flirty on the video. And then the dark, just here and there. And the dark doesn't even hardly show much because of all that stipply, shadowy on this actual stamp. But there's my pretty roses or tulips. Okay. So let's see, do I still need this? I still need this. All right. I also want to do my greeting. So the greeting I'm going to do is the rain or shine, I'm here for you. But I just want the for you. So I'm going to take a Post-it note. And these Post-it notes are Post-it-y, notey all over the place except for here. I'm just going to put that on my piece of paper. And then I'm going to I want to stamp it with the Poppy Parade. And I want to make like a little tag. So I'm just going to ink up my rain or shine, I'm here for you. And this is so easy to do when you have a photopolymer because I can see through. So I just want the for you. So the Post-it note is masking. So I'm only going to get that for you. So now I can cut that out. All right, so I'm going to set that aside. So I have that for later. And then we can assemble our card. So let's get all our pieces here. Let's do the inside. I'm just going to put this on the bottom on the inside of my card. I didn't do any stamping on the inside so that I can use this as a note card. Or if I need a card later, I can stamp my greeting then. Because since my card only says for you on the front, it doesn't mean any kind of season or any kind of event. So then I leave my inside all ready to go so that this card, if I need a birthday card really quick, I can just stamp happy birthday on the inside. All right. And then our beautifully embossed Poppy Parade. I love all these colors together. Now, these colors are mentioned in the DSP, the Pattern Party DSP. So that's also why I chose them, so that I knew they went together because of that. All right, this is going to stick on the bottom. So rectangles, stitched rectangle to stitched rectangle. And then I want to take some white baker's twine. And this comes in the multi-pack. I just put it on its own spool. So I have just white there. So I don't have to mess with any of the other colors right now. I'm going to make this be a double tie. And I just want it to cover this seam. So I'm just going to tie this back here in a knot. And I will put a little bit of Scotch tape as well. That just covers up that seam. All right, so let me put just a little bit of Scotch tape. Excuse my arm. All right. So now we've just got that little bit of baker's twine on the front. And then this is going to go on here with dimensionals. So I want my big dimensionals. Now I'm going to put a couple here. So I'll put one here and one here. So I'm just going to straddle that baker's twine. So then you won't know there's a knot back there holding that in place. The mysteries of stamping. What keeps that card together? All right. So now let's bring this over here. So we've got our boots. Now I want to put these tulips inside the boots. So see, when you die cut these out, they have this little bit of a white border. Well, I kind of don't want to see that. I want them to be like in the boots. So I'm just going to take my scissors going to cut away some of my boot. Let's see here. And I don't want to cut the wrong thing. So I'm just cutting away my boot. See if I like that. That looks pretty good because now my tulips are inside. So I'm going to trim this away as well. And I can always put some more of the Poppy Parade to cover up that white if I wanted to. So I'm just going to take my Poppy Parade and then you won't see that white edge. All right. That looks good. So now I'm going to take my glue dots. I'm going to put glue dots back here, and this is just going to pick up the stems of the tulips. So I'm just going to lay this down, and then our tulips are inside our boots now. Isn't that cute? All right, so we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to put our little tulip heads. Is that what you call them? Bulbs, flowers, whatever, on our stems. I'm just going to put a few. I don't have to put one on every single one of them. I just want to put them enough where it's not going to go anywhere. Because then I will put this on the card with dimensionals, so then it will be even more stable. Looks good. Alrighty, so before I put it on here, I want to get my baker's twine. Where's my white baker's twine? I'm going to cut myself a little piece of baker's twine. And I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to feed it through. And there we go. So now I have this little baker's twine on there. Because it's easy to do it now than once you stuck it on the card. All right. So I'm going to do the same thing as I did before. I want to straddle this baker's twine now that's on the front. So we've got our dimensional, or our dimensionals. Let's see. So I know I'm going to put my boots here. So I'm going to put a dimensional here. It's easier to put it here than here and then have it in the wrong spot because I don't want it to touch the bow or my baker's twine. All right. Peel that off. And I can use baby ones. My baby ones. Babies. It's like when I want my baby ones, I only have the big ones. And when I want the big ones, I only have the baby ones. All right, so here's the baby ones that we're going to put on the top here. These are perfectly sized for those tulips. Perfect. All right. Now I'll stick this on the card. So wouldn't this be a fun card to give to somebody when you give them flowers as well? So we're going to go around and tie this in a bow in a minute. But right now it's just hanging on there loose. All right, so this is going to go right on there. So cute, right? All right, so then I'm going to turn my card upside down. Anna told me that. She reminded me, turn it upside down. All right, so one loop, two. I'm going to tie this in a bow. And by doing that, it stays in place by doing that extra little loop-de-doo. All right, so now I'm going to tie a bow. Play with their tails. So now you've got this cute little bow right in our flowers there. And then let's find our greeting. So we have our for you. So now I want to make this like a tag that's going to hang in the flowers. I take my scissors and we're just going to cut this really skinny. We're just cutting it with our, we're just fussy cutting it. Would you call this fussy when it's just straight lines? I guess anytime you use scissors, it's considered fussy cutting. All right, so I have for you. And then this is just going to get stuck up in here with the tag. And then it looks like it's attached to the tag, but it's not really, because you're just going to mess with these tails. So let me put a glue dot on the back here. Oops, hang on a minute. Let me get a glue dot. All right, so put a glue dot on the back. And then we're just going to stick this up in here like that. So now you've got your cute little for you hanging in your boots. So isn't that cute? So let's finish this off with a little bit of bling. So I'm going to use the classic matte dots. And I'm going to use the white ones. I get them all cut all up to pieces, because some go in class packets. So I just cut them all up. All right. So there we have. So isn't that cute? Adding that little bit of bling, just that little subtle bit of that white on there, I think looks adorable. So now I have another card to share with you. So don't go away. I'm going to clean up my mess and I will be right back. All right, here's card number 2. You know how I like to make a scene, and this set is even better because I'm going to add a couple little stamp sets to our rain boot set, and that is the Way to Goat and the Hey Birthday Chick, because they just looked too cute with it. So let's get started with that. Now don't forget that the goat and the chick and the dies are retiring. So you're going to want to make sure you get those. I didn't use the dies on this card, but you definitely want them so that you can cut out stuff. Now I'm going to be doing a Slimline card. We have these awesome envelopes in the mini catalog, Slimline envelopes, and you get 3 different colors. So I'm just picking the the white envelope for my card. All right, so we have our basic white thick. So this, a Slimline, is basically like a number 10 envelope. So if you've ever worked in an office, or if you've ever received, just a regular letter in the mail, they come in a number 10 envelope. So that's what a Slimline is. Now there's all sorts of different sizes of Slimline, but this one is like that envelope. You can do skinny Slimline, shorter ones, but I'm doing the regular size. All right, so I have 2 pieces of basic white. So we're going to just basically make our little scenery on our card before we start to color. So I want my cute little chicken. So everything's going to be stamped with the memento, because I'm going to be coloring, surprise, surprise, with the Stampin' Blends. So let me get excuse my arm. Let me get my cute little chicken, and we're just going to put her right down here in the center of the card, or off center. So I want her here. All right. Now, this just I just put her there for placement because now I want to do just a little bit of sponging. So I'm going to take my Balmy Blue and my Balmy Blue blending brush. And I just want to put just a little bit of blue sky around my chicken. So I'm just going to rub it loosely. I don't want to get it on her and have the memento, you know, smear. So I'm just putting it around just so that visually, you know, that there's sky going on. And I'm just staying away from my chicken. All right. Then I'm going to do some grass. So I have my granny apple. I put it away. I thought I wasn't using it. All right, my granny apple. So same thing. Work your way, excuse me, onto the card. And then we're just going to stamp our tulip garden around our chicken. But now we've got that grass in the background. And also, hold on a second, on the inside here. This is the inside of the card. I'm going to put a little bit here in the corner while I have my pad open. Okay. So now we can stamp our garden. All right, so we want our memento pad. And we want our fun little tulips. Now, I'm not using the die for this one at all, right? I'm just stamping right on here. We're making our scene. So I have my tulips here. And I'm going to be stamping the tops at the same time, just so that I have my placement right. I just have to get my head in the right spot. Okay. Then I want tulips over here. So by putting the heads on the tulips, it just makes it easier. Like if I were to just go stem, 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 I might have not the right space, and then my tulips would be overlapping. And since I don't want to cut anything out this time, I'm just trying to make sure my placement is correct. Okay, and then we'll do one more tulip off to the side. A little one over here. Now this stamp set also has like daisies, so I'm going to put a few daisies too. And I'm always tempted to put my tulip on that leaf. So I'm always like, oh, that's not a tulip, that's a leaf. All right. So we have these cute little daisies as well. So I'm just going to put, I have like string on there. I'm just going to put daisies around to kind of fill in where there's space. Now, I'm just filling in my garden with the cute little daisies. Isn't that cute? Oh, all right. Now I'm going to let this dry for a little bit. So I'm going to just set this aside, and I'm going to bring my inside over. And I want to put a little daisy on the corner, the inside. And where's my goat? Here's my goat. Put a little goat on the inside. And she really looks like she's been up to no good, and she has, and you'll see why. as the card gets going here. You'll see what she's been up to. All right, let's give her a can. And there's also this shadowy mark thing. So let's put that as well. And she's like standing on the ground. Cute, cute. All right, let that dry. So let's bring the front of our card back over. And let's put our greeting on there before we color. That way everything's good and dry. We just have to color and assemble. All right, so I'm going to be using greetings from the chicken and the goat. So we have happy birthday. And where's my jig? Here it is. So we have happy birthday. And I'm just going to be doing it with the memento. So my extender gets here today. So I'm hoping that that will help, that I can do more live videos instead of taping them. All right, so happy birthday. I got you a cake. Isn't that cute? So we're gonna say, I got you a cake. You see where I'm going with this? I love this set. These sets are so cute together. I'm gonna miss the critters so much. All right, I got you a cake. Next. All right, let's bring this goat over. Now you know that look that she's got. But I ate it. So who would you give this card to? Our neighbors have goats. Let's see, where's my but I ate it? It's hiding. So this would be probably a good card for them. All right, but I ate it. Isn't that funny? I love the Slimline cards because there's so much white space, but it allows you to do like the scenes because you really have room to really truly do a fun scene. All right, so let those things dry. While they are drying, I am also going to stamp a couple of these cute little pots. Now the pot comes from the Rain Boots. And we'll have fun with those later. All right, move all this stuff out of the way. Grid sheets. I go through so many grid sheets. All right, so let's start to color our card. Now I have lots of blends. Lots and lots and lots. So let's get our little critters cheeks. So I'm going to bring my goat over at the same time. They should be dry. All right. So let's give our cute little critters some flirty cheeks. So we'll just do some flirty flamingo cheeks on our little critters. And then some light pale papaya to finish her little face. So I'm just making them be kind of similar in color. These two. Maybe they share makeup. All right, so let's do some of her wings with a little bit of the pale and her tail. All right. Let's see. We also want light gray granite for our chicken. So I'm just going to go around her
I'm not coloring her all the way in. So I'm just basically kind of tracing her and just down her neck. And then all these little feathers that are drawn on here, I'm just kind of tracing them so that she's got a little bit of color to her. She's not like uncolored. So it doesn't look like you forgot about her when you were making the card. I'm also going to do the same thing with the light gray granite on our sheep. So she's got some color as well for our goat. I think sheep and goats kind of look the same. Okay, so that was light gray granite. All right, now I want to get my light smoky. All right, so we're going to do our light smoky. I'm going to put it on our can as well as on her horns and her feet. Then the dark smoky. So right up underneath. Let me get the other side of my marker. So I'm just putting a little bit of the dark smoky. Just a little bit. All right, isn't she so cute? Oh, she makes me sing. All right, and you don't want to hear me sing. You didn't come here to hear me sing. All right, so let's see here. What else do we want? We want to put some light pool party on her eyeballs. So I'm just going to put a little bit of light pool party on her eyes and also on the tin can. Let's see. Looks good. I'm just like coloring them both at the same time. Doesn't this remind you of when you were a kid? I used to love to say in color. That's why I do. I'm like a kid again. All right, so we're gonna go pumpkin pie for our beak. I'm just looking at all the colors I have out. All right, we want flirty flirty. There's my flirty again. All right, so I'm going to put a little bit of eyeshadow on our sheep because she thought, you know what? She ate the cake. Maybe if she gets herself all dolled up, she won't get into trouble. So I'm putting that light flirty flamingo. Not flirty flamingo. Was that flirty? Yes, it is. And then dark flirty flamingo. So she's got a little bit of mascara, I guess you would call it, on her eyes. I think she's all the way colored. All right. Think. All right. So now we're going to do the same that we did for the leaves on the other card, and I'm going to do Granny Apple. So we've got our light Granny Apple, and it just colors right over where we did the blending. It almost colors better sometimes, I think, because it's kind of like the ink kind of gets that paper ready to accept that blending. Stamp and blends. All right. I'm still going to go over with the brown like I did before, a little bit on the ends of the tips of the tulip stems. What's nice about the Stamp and Blends is I don't find there's a lot to which if you use the light one first, the dark one first, they just blend so well. So when you're using them, I don't want you to stress. I don't want you to worry and be scared of them because they are so forgiving. And you know what? If you mess up, it's only paper. You can stamp another one and do it again. It's not that big of a deal. And you know what? Most people wouldn't even know if you made a boo-boo. They would just be so excited that you sent them a card. All right, so now I have my dark granny, and I'm just going to put a little bit here and there. Because remember, you have that stipply, that stamping that has that stipply, shadowy look to it. So it already gives you that dark shadow, but I am just adding just a little bit of the dark. All right. And then I want my number 500 like I did before. And I'm just going to color the tops. And I went out of the lines a little bit there. Bad dye. I'm going too fast. Slow down, Nellie. Slow down, slow down. All right. That's when you take your color lifter. And we just push that color out of there. And then it'll go away. All right. It will lighten up and be gone. All right. So there's that. Make sure you can still see. I'm also going to color my daisies and my tulips. All right, so the tulips, I'm just going to color them with the Poppy Parade. So we have nice, pretty red tulips. And Poppy Parade is such a pretty, like a bright red, I think. So that's what I'm going to use. And stay in the lines. I'm just trying to go too fast. So I apologize. All right. So I usually don't have videos except my quick ones that go on the weekend. So this is something new for me to have a regular video on Saturday. So Marcy and I had planned to do this, oh my gosh, September, October, whenever it was. We don't do our events anymore just because of the time difference. It was just too hard being in the different countries. So we thought, you know what? We should do a monthly blog hop. And then I hurt my foot. So then I couldn't walk for 2 months. So we finally are like, let's get this done. And this was the perfect set. Oh my gosh, look at those cute tulips. And I'll put a little bit, but really it's hardly noticeable at all because of that shadow. Okay, let's do our where's my 500? Here we go. Let's do our daisies. So can you see that the tulips are so pretty? All right, let's do our centers of our daisies. So this is number 500. And don't forget the ones in the inside as well. And then I'll take 300 just to put a little bit of a darker in the centers. So these are even so fun to color too. Like I said, the way this is stamped, one color pretty much would be all the color that you would need. Okay, so I'm going to do my little daisies. So maybe, would we call it a Gerber daisy if it's going to be pink and not yellow? So I'm just going to use my polished pink. For my daisies. Again, try to stay in the lines, Diana. All right. And I will just add a little bit of the dark. There's quite a few daisies on here, but I love how it filled in that garden. Now, if you wanted, you could make them be like a whole bunch of different colors if you wanted, but just for the video to keep it so it's not super, super long, I'll just do them all in polished pink. There we go. And then just a little bit of the dark just coming off the centers here and there. Not every single one, just here and there. Oh, look how cute that is. So fun. All right, now remember I did the flower pots. So I want my Cajun Craze, and we're going to color our flower pots. I'm just going to go light Cajun Craze, because to me this is kind of like a terracotta color. So I'm doing the light, and I'm avoiding that ring around the center because I'll use the dark there. Now I am going to cut these out. The die does cut them out. There's a pot die, but I don't want it to have a border. So I'm just going to fussy cut, and they're so easy to cut out. All right, here's my light Cajun. Cinnamon cider would look good too. That's a color that's retiring. I just don't know if you can still get it in the blends. So I'm using the Cajun. All right. Just a little bit of dark around ends, edges there. All right, get my scissors. So let's cut these out quickly. And what do I tell you when you cut? You want to just squeeze the scissors and move the paper. It makes it a lot easier. So squeeze and just move the scissors, or move the paper. It's a lot easier. I am also going to take a blend around the edge after I cut it out, just to knock down any of the white edges that will show just from when you cut it out. It exposes the inside of the paper so you can see that white. So you just take your blend, and I'll show you in a second. It will knock that out of there. All right, so let's see here. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my dark gray granite, and all I'm going to do is trace. I'm just going to trace my pot, and then that cardstock, that white cardstock that you cut, will suck up that gray, and then we'll make that white edge go away. So I could have done it with the Cajun as well, because that's the color of the pot. All right. So let's put our card together before we do anything with the little pails, the little flower pots. So we've got the inside of our card with my seal. We've got our cute little goat on the inside. I hope you make a slimline card. They're just so much fun. I just like you can do something on the side, and then you leave that side open so you can do all your writing or whatever. All right, so now we have our cute little pot, and you're going, well, what about the pot? Well, I'm thinking that since she ate the cake, she's trying to be funny now, right? She put her makeup on, so she doesn't want you to be mad that she ate that, you know, she ate your birthday cake. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this pot out a little bit. So I'm just kind of making it like that. So see, I have my little edges. So, you know, you could actually put your tulips in if you wanted to do, trying to make it focus good. There we go. But we're going to turn it this way, and we're going to put the pot on her head, because she was like, well, what if I put the flower pot on my head? Will you be not so mad at me then? So you can have it be as far down as you want. I mean, that looks kind of cool. I might put it down that far. All right. So she's just a character. So I don't know what was in that cake, but maybe it was a rum cake. All right. I'm going to put this so it goes down a little bit over her eyeball. Isn't that hilarious? All right, now we have 2 pots. So let's go to the front of our card. And we're gonna put the chicken in the pot. So instead of having the chicken wear the pot, we're gonna have her be in it. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna take my scissors and I'm just going to cut this angle on my pot, and we can adjust it if we need to, so that the pot wraps around the chicken. So let's see here. So that looks pretty good. So what I want to do is bring my card over and see how much this is going to hang down. All right, so hold on a minute, because every card's different depending on where you put your chicken. All right, so I need to trim a little bit more so I can move my pot up a little bit. And if there's not enough room, we'll just cut these totally away. So that looks good. Actually, I'm going to cut them all the way away because she's got her belly in the way, so you really wouldn't see those edges. Yeah, that's better. That's better. All right, so let's put this on with dimensionals. So we need quite a few dimensionals because it's quite a long card. And then we'll put our pot on. So hopefully that looks pretty straight. All right, so let's bring our pot over. So cute. And I like how it hangs below the card, so it's visually, you know, closer to us. And I'm going to put them on with the pot on with glue dots, so it's a little bit sticky out, but not as much as a dimensional. There she is, sitting in her pot, all content. So cute. Isn't that hilarious? All right, now the bling on this one, I want to use these pebbles, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave it like that. But you know what I need to do? I need to do her comb. I forgot about coloring her comb. She is naked without her comb color. So her little waddle and her comb, and this is just a light poppy create. There, now she looks better. I wondered what was wrong with her. All right, so where's my white gel pen? So we have our white gel pen. You know me, we got to put little freckles somewhere. So we're going to put little freckles on her cheek. Put a couple little dots on our pot. Put some little dots in our flowers. Not every flower, just here and there. You don't want it to be just nothing but gel pen everywhere. And we're going to do the same thing with our little goat. She needs some freckles too. And I didn't color the flowers in here. And you were supposed to remind me. Whose job was that? To remind me to color the inside flowers. So let's color these real quick. And then I will let you go. Oh my gosh. You have laundry to do or something, right, on a Saturday? So hopefully you enjoyed these cards. And if you don't have this bundle, I hope that Marcy and I have changed your mind that you definitely need it, because look at these cute cards. Here's the one I looked at before. Here's the one I did before. So see the little bit of a difference. So I moved the pail up. This way I have it coming down. I kind of like it that it's outside of the card. They both are adorable, but this one, I put some pebbles around it. And these two, they're pretty much the same. I didn't really make those different. So anyways, so yeah, so now I have a mess everywhere to clean up. So enjoy your Saturday, and thanks so much.
Which card did you like the best? I must admit, I think I've fallen in love with the chicken card. With the goat. Gotta love that goat. So either one is super cute. Let me know if you do a Slimline card, because they're fun. They just give you like so much more room to have fun with it. You're not just within that smaller border for a regular card. So it's fun to do. So thanks so much for joining us for our blog hop this month, and have a great rest of the weekend. If you are a regular watcher of my channel, you'll know that I will see you Monday at 3 o'clock Arizona time for my Mimeograph Monday with a Twist. If you're new, I just told you where you can see me next time. So if you have any questions at all, make sure that you reach out, and I'll do my best to find the answer for you. All right, have a great weekend. Talk to you later.